because I haven't played them yet.
Okay. Oh, they'll be alright. Yeah, they'll be alright. You've got an hour.
Yeah, I don't usually get back to that 7, you see.
Yeah, so they're starting to get a bit.
But it was 6, and they normally get very far.
Yeah, across the walk through.
They don't be best pleased with you.
So, check your posture and we'll just... So it might be quite nice to do a bit of standing, because we've not done... I want to do some of the... health postures, but also some of the combat postures, because I don't think you've done any of those, no. I don't think... You might have. You might have, I'm not sure. So, yeah, we've got this room here until the end of May, although 2 of the dates in May I won't be around because one of them's a bank holiday and the other one is I'm in Birmingham. I'm in Birmingham doing my training for the Tai Chi for rehabilitation training, so I can't be in 2 places at once. And I might be able to do it on Zoom if where I'm staying's got Wi-Fi. So it might all be on Zoom in a field in Birmingham somewhere, I'm not sure. So it's all a bit sort of up in the air really, but it definitely won't be in this hall. And then we'll be carrying on, and then when we get to June, because of the number situation, I'm trying to book the hut in Cambridge, where I live, or we could go and do it out in the garden or something in Cambridge. And again, I'll put it on Zoom as well, because I don't need to pay for that. So it's, and I'm trying to work out to, maybe we could start this half an hour later, or maybe it could be in a different hall, or maybe, somewhere nearby, so you can still get to it. And
need parking.
It would need parking, yeah. Okay. Oh, we've got someone turned up. Brilliant. So, right. So I'm just sort of trying to think. I mean, is 5 o'clock okay? Would you rather it was a bit later, or is 6 better? Or I'm just thinking.
I got used to it now, but it's not that precious.
I wouldn't want it any later than 6.
No,
because actually an hour and a half, if we finish at 7:30, that gives people enough time to get supper somewhere. Or we could do 5:30 till 7. But it's just trying to work out. I need to get in touch, see, because there's this nice hall in Harrington, and then I could always, if we could work out a way of meeting up, I could drag you over there. I think it would be okay, because 5:30 is a bit better for me. I think Harrington would be better for you, and then it'd be on Zoom. So
Harrington's about 2 minutes down the road to me.
It's 2 minutes down the road from you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Then it wouldn't matter if it finished at 7, because
you'd be a bit nearer anyway.
I mean, if Harrington's all right for you, then you can come in my garden for free, which is just 2 minutes to the road.
Ah, that could be fun. What about when it gets freezing cold? Have you got a big shed or something? Or?
Well, you see where I do it normally.
Yeah.
There's that, which is about sort of this big.
Yeah.
So we could probably, if there was 3 of us, we might be able to do it, 4 of us might be able to do it.
Push, okay. I mean, we could, unless we we'll have a think. I mean, if you fancy going to visit, and we could do it in your house and do it on Zoom there, that could be quite fun, just for as a temporary thing. And then I can always get in a hall over the, book a hall from September to the spring. And then when it gets too nice, we'll go.
I mean, where I do Tai Chi is actually a different building to the house.
Oh.
So we could zoom into the house, and you could be in the.
We got got some possibilities here, that's the basic thing. But if it was 5:30, that'd be better for me, because then I'd have a bit more longer to get stuck in that rotten traffic. So,
I mean, if you're over that way, pop in and just have a look, and then you can see what's there.
yeah, well, I'm actually in Arrington on Thursday, because I've got my rehearsal. So what I could do is I could come over to you first, maybe.
You can, pleasure.
And then I'll that could be quite good, because all I've got on Thursday is my first aid.
Yeah.
And then I've got to drop some cuts off to someone. They gave me some cuts and then said, oh, actually, we want our cuts back because we gave you the wrong ones. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I didn't actually use them. It's like, I've looked after them. Luckily, I haven't dropped them or smashed them, otherwise that would have been embarrassing. But we'll do a cut swap.
Thursday's alright, I'm not sure I've got anything on Thursday at all, so I can
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing first aid. I probably won't be finishing till 5.
That's okay.
Then I've got to go via Milton and then go, I've got to drop these cuts off. So. Or I can drop them at the folk club, actually, because they're in the folk club on the first. It's all right. I'm really glad I didn't pass them on to someone. I thought, no, I'll keep hold of these because they're quite nice. I'm glad I did, because I'm like, we're really sorry. We gave you the wrong cups. I'm like, all right. So anyway, we're just doing this. So yeah, we're doing some loosening, and then we're going to look at some of the different standing exercises. But you can move around if you don't want to stand. It's all fun. And we're trying to plot, because I'm in this hall only till the end of May, and then we'll probably go, let's go to Arrington for a laugh. That'd be good, won't it?
I found it from
It's literally the next village up.
Yeah.
It's a long stay in a way.
Yeah.
Or are you trying to place Arrington?
Yeah.
Arrington, well, my friend lives near Wimpole Hall.
Yeah, you know,
because it's brilliant
towards
there.
Wimpole Hall, the roundabout.
It's lovely.
It's just north of the roundabout, so it's my side of the roundabout.
Okay, and then we'll do this. Yeah, let's do some adventures in Arrington, because it's like wherever the Zoom is could be anywhere, and then we'll try and work out, because yeah, and I might be able to get a discount because my mate's in the council, so it's like could be. But then if people would have to come, it's just another one of those.
There's a village hall at Longstow, which I think is only about some
Longstow,
like either £5 or £10 an hour.
Where's Longstow compared with here? Is that where you are?
Well, that's just north of Arrington.
No, it's north of Arrington. Okay.
Well, there's no Wi-Fi in the hall at the moment.
Oh no, that's no good.
It's coming.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, we could always move there.
It's not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, nice and relaxed. I mean, the good thing about here is Wi-Fi is brilliant.
Yeah.
So we're going to do bounce and shake.
Stephen's Wi-Fi helps. Otherwise, I probably work at his house all day.
Great. Relax around the lower back. That could be quite fun, couldn't it? Brilliant. I'm glad you approve. Day trip. Well, that's fun, because then if I finish here, then I could get home and chill out, and then we could somehow meet somewhere, and then we'll go, and then I could take it back, and that could be a good laugh. Yeah. There'll be tea.
You might get a couple of Arringtonese in there.
We might get a couple of Arringtonese. That'd be good. So, yeah, we'll try that. Yeah, because then I'm swapping here, and then that means I'll move around a bit, and it could be quite.
Yeah, if you go home to Arrington, you've got a poster up or anything else, stuff up then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask my mate and say, because if the hall's free, then because I know it's got Wi-Fi because I've done Wi-Fi in it. And then we go.
So what else do they do in Arrington?
Not a lot, really. They go around Wimpole. That's it. That's all there is to do. I've played at Wimpole because it was freezing cold. It was December and we were in the barn. Our audience consisted of a couple of goats and chickens and this ginormous horse and some very frozen people that all left because it was so cold they went and got a cup of tea. So we were just playing to animals. And it's like, yeah. It's a bit like, where's baby Jesus, I was like, oh, this is horrible. We got paid, but it was a bit like, oh. So keep breathing. But yeah, that's all you can do. You can go to the garage.
Yeah.
There's a McDonald's. That's pretty much it. Exciting, really selling it, aren't I? Things to do in Arrington. Oh, there's a garden centre. There's a garden centre if you like gardening.
Oh, they do. I suppose they don't do Tai Chi, it's go garden centres then.
Yeah.
I'd like a little Tai Chi corner. You can buy it rooms now, don't you? No.
I think one of my friends, one of my colleagues, Tai Chi colleagues, had some Tai Chi gnomes.
Oh, okay.
Scary. And change. Horrible.
Mother's Day, my mum gave me 2 books on Tai Chi. And one of them actually lists the 24 steps.
Oh, good.
Right.
Bring them over, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of variation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variation. Because there's a 24 step, which is one of the short forms based on the Yang long form. But there's also the 37 step, what Chen Manjing did. Because I'll be learning some of that in my rehab thing, but I'm going to get Mark to teach me the whole thing.
How do you remember all the different ones?
No, it's hard.
It's like tunes. I mean, eventually, once you've learned a few of them, or like languages. One of my friends can speak like 7 languages, and he said after the 6th language it gets quite easy. Or after the 5th language, he could speak 5 languages.
Yeah.
And then he learned 2 more, and it was like, yeah, no problem. You just sort of. I think the mechanics what it is, the mechanics are quite the same.
Yeah.
And you just have to remember what the tune is, I think. Yeah. There we go. Very good. And we're all breathing. Well, like Master Huang Ping, she knows 5 styles of Tai Chi. 5 styles, as well as loads of kung fus and grappling and all these, because she's basically studied Chinese martial arts generally since she was about 6 or 7. She got talent spotted, and they went right, and they just basically taught her all this stuff, and she's almost like a professor level of knowledge of all this stuff. She knows so much. Yeah, once you know, all like dancers. I mean, when I get dancers in the class, they usually pick up the moves pretty quick. So. Yeah. Oh, that's so much nicer. Okay, let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I've had a couple of inquiries from America. So at the moment it's like midday in some parts of America, and in Alaska it's 8 in the morning. So 8:30 in the morning and 12:30 is probably more tolerable than, because I thought, well, hang on a minute, if it's 5 hours before and it's 11 o'clock, then that's 6 a.m. That's a bit, I don't think they want, it's a bit hardcore, isn't it? So.
Could you record one and then just present it to them?
Yeah, well, the lady in America that's 5 hours before. What's 12:30? What's 5 hours? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. No, before. 5 hours earlier. 7:30. No, that's too early, isn't it?
No, they are actually behind us, America.
They're behind
Philippines
us.
and Asia are ahead. Yeah, they're behind us. So they're like Tuesday evening is our Wednesday morning type thing.
Oh,
At the moment, it'd be about 10 to 11 a.m. in Arizona.
yeah.
But if you go to the East Coast, it's probably a good few hours difference.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Americans that I go to this music thing, and they're all different times, even though they're all in the same country. It's a bit weird. Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
There's time, there's mountain time, there's
Afghan time. That's completely different. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Well, she said she was 5 hours before I was, so I don't know where in America she was, but so
that would be Russia. Definitely not America.
9, 10, 12. So that would be 7:30 if she came to my Wednesday afternoon class.
Monday afternoon class would fit everyone in the US at 5 p.m. Anyone in the US would be morning time. They'd have time for coffee.
Excellent. Thanks for that. There's some very knowledgeable people in Wales, isn't there? It's great. So, yeah.
Yes, this is Google speaking.
Google, yeah, that's fine. Thanks for that. Because I got invited to sing at a folk club in Chicago, and I had to get there at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a bit like, ugh. And it was 7 p.m. the day before for them. So it's like, well,
Oh, that's just weird.
it is weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
But just use your feet. And then put a foot forward, so place your feet. So this stance is what you'd have in part of Wild Horse's Mane, brush, knee and push. And single whip be a bit bigger. Although the way Mike's doing it now, it's much smaller. He does a small single whip. Whereas before he did the big single whip, and what I did with Ed Hines was a big single whip, so I got into big single whips. And then I saw him do it, and it's quite compact, sort of. It's quite compact, isn't it, his single whip? But never mind. Yeah, I'm a bit like, you know, because I practice doing it all nice and big, so I'm going to keep doing it like that. The big frame. So we're sinking forwards and back, and we're doing our. So do you reckon it will still be light then when we finish, or will it be just starting to get dark? I'm a bit confused now.
Just becoming dusk.
Just starting, right, okay. Yeah, because that completely threw me as well.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do that to me. It's like, no.
I was in Derbyshire yesterday.
Yeah.
Driving through the People District, and it's light, and you're like, what?
Okay, now sink back and turn, sink forward and turn. 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 And then one more. Okay, now we change side. So nice and tall, and then sink forward and sink back. Yeah, I even got contacted by someone in Norfolk saying, can I teach some Tai Chi there? And I'm like, probably could, but
So now,
Quite a long way to drive if I drove to King's Lynn.
Yeah, 11 is not that nice.
The A11's not much fun, is it? So I don't know. I mean, I'm.
Because it's not ours, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. So notice your feet. Notice your feet. So and make sure your knees are in line with the toes. That's great. Okay, now we're going to sink back and turn, sink forward and turn. I'll show that from the side. So I'm doing my soft focus gaze. Well, at least the camera's working this time. It's not making that funny wibbly wobbly thing it did the other day, so I don't know. Wibbly wobblies. We didn't do plum blossom. I forgot. Let's do that now. Great. Okay, yeah. I was like, what was it I forgot this morning at 11? Oh no! No, we ran out of time. Just like, what a crime. Yeah, that's a good point. I could charge them megabucks and then they can come in too. So, due to popular demand, because I thought, brilliant, let's do that, and then I was waffling so much, we never got round to it. So to make up for this morning, let's just get into your inner plum tree. And we've got the blossom and it's falling there. So the blossom's sort of stuck on the trees at the moment, but when it falls down, if you know any plum trees, you can try this out for real. When it falls down, this is how you're going to follow the plum blossom as it goes. I love the way the blossom just sort of twinkles like that, doesn't it? Oh, it's beautiful. Keep breathing. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that I'd forgotten. This is great. I feel so much better. This is one of my favourite moves, actually, because I just love the move anyway, and I just love the imagery of this lovely twinkly blossom falling down. You know, like you get in the samurai movies and stuff. And last one. Fabulous. Oh, that's nice. Great. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. It's very good because it's doing lots of things. You've got your weight transfers and you've got your and then you've got the, you know, or as one of my students, I think Mary in Burwell, every single time we got to the bottom, she'd go, whee! I'm back. Oh, that's brilliant. I was like, yeah, carry on. I said, oh, sound effects optional, you know. And then basically she got the entire room. This was my improvers class as well. It was like the equivalent of Mike's advanced class at the U3A, you know. And is it called advanced or is it called improvers?
No, there's beginners and intermediate.
Beginners and intermediate. It's intermediate class. Well, you know, everyone going, wee! I was like, yeah, okay.
We're not advanced.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't think we're that good.
Oh, charming. Well, I don't know. I mean, well, but the thing is though, to put names on things actually in Tai Chi is a bit silly. because it's all advanced
Yeah.
and it's all beginners
Yeah.
at the same time. So you can't really, yeah, because like, I mean, I was at a so-called advanced, yeah, let's have a water break. I was at a so-called advanced class with Corel, and it was all people, like I was the baby in the class. I'd only been at the time teaching a mere 10 to 15 years, and everybody else had been teaching 30 years plus. I think I was 15 years, so I was like the baby. And we basically spent the entire thing doing, I think we was doing this exercise, and maybe that exercise for, you know,
A long time.
a long, long time, but he was saying all different things, and it kind of, my brain melted, and I thought I knew all these moves, and I didn't, and then it was just like, so it kind of, I think it's all the different levels, Tai Chi, it's all the different levels. So, any more, before we get on to standing, they're different. Those seminars, it depends who your teacher is. If you've got a decent teacher, it's actually really, really good. So like when Corel, he'll get us to look at something, and we'll do it over and over and over and over again ad nauseum, and it actually will be okay. But certain teachers, who we won't mention, but certain teachers, it gets a little bit sort of show off and a bit, you know, but for the really good, you know, Corel or Barry or Eva or any of them lot, you'll do a thing and it'll actually be interesting and a little bit like, ooh. But yeah. So let's have a look.
Last year we spent the first 10 minutes sort of doing
We were doing that one,
and then the
yeah.
next 10 minutes you were
Going
doing
forward and back.
that sort of.
Yeah.
But Mike talks all the time.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And so it doesn't actually get too boring.
No. Yeah, you'd really like, Corel's brilliant. Corel is an amazing teacher. Well, he's an amazing practitioner. He's an acquired taste. For anyone that's been doing this a long time, a fine learning with Corel, you just have to know how to pitch the question. But what he's really good at is getting beginners' brains to explode and then they never come back. So Eva has to kind of prize them away from him and then give them something really basic to do, because she's had to work at it, really work at it, all the way from A to B, and she has to do all the things, because she practices more than him, actually, she practices more than Corel, and because she's had to work out how to get there, she can teach it better. He just goes, do this, and then you do it, and nobody's doing what he's doing, ever, at all. It's just...
The best teachers are the ones that had to teach themselves.
She's had to teach herself, because he can already naturally do it. So I like both of them together, because he'll melt your brain, she'll reinflate it, you know, and it's all fine. And yeah, we're just stopping for a bit of a water break and a bit of a... Let's go back to this one actually, but really slow, and make sure you've actually put your feet, before you do anything. Now, those of us in this hall, we'll have to, maybe if we're using your house, we'll have to put stripes on the lawn or something, but now I've got 1, 2, 3, or actually it's more like there's 4, so you've got 2 in the middle, and then I'm on 1 with the foot, that's it, that's a little bit of a wider one, and then I'm keeping that gap. Yeah, so depending on how your legs got put together, if your legs are a bit smaller, if you're a smaller build, you probably want 3 rather than 4. Or if you've got mega legs, you might want a 5. If you've got like giant legs, you know, like that bloke, I can't remember, were you there when the massive guy turned up? He was really tall, like he'd need a bigger gap like that. But or Big John, you know Big John. Yeah, he'd need like 3 between his legs because he's a giant. He's a giant. So we're going forwards and back. So it's like, and you want to draw the toes in, and we want to be nice and tall, and we're breathing. And while we're doing this, you want to create space in your body. Just feel that you've got loads of it. Very, very important, actually, for us lady types to be owning our space and feel comfortable owning your space. Because it's, you know, I mean, it's International Women's Day every day, really. We want to own our space. Full stop, that's it. And it's like perfectly, you know. So, and just watching things like knees, watching hips, backs, and your soft focus gaze. So remember, you've got your sleepy tiger eye gaze, you're looking forwards as you listen behind and above. And you've got this lovely, it's soft and relaxed, but it's alert. So it's like, yeah. And then change. I had my friend Frank the Tank, he was called. He was very, very nice, very softly spoken, very gentle, massive bloke, giant guy. And you knew, you know, just, I always feel really relaxed around him, but I knew if anything ever kicked off, he'd be the person I'd be hiding behind, because he'd sort it, because he had this, he really had the outside, the softness of cotton, inside the temper of steel. And that's what we're developing when we're doing this. So like when you're doing these exercises, you could use that for creating the energy for moving or for punching or something, just from the leg power. Okay, because Ollie Batts, who's another guy who knows so much about self-defense and martial arts and mechanics, it's kind of overwhelming. It's like you're just like this sponge and he's just pouring lakefuls of water at you in this tiny sponge. And you know, but it's you use your legs. Okay, that's a bit better now. Yeah, we feel a bit more solid in our legs. Okay, let's do open close, and then we'll do Master Chung's exercise, and we'll have a look at some of the health postures. We'll whiz through the health postures, not holding them too long, because you can go and practice them longer at home. Recent thing from Carell, he says, try holding it correctly for 1 minute. And I was like, phew, 1 minute, that's actually doable. Because before, when I first learned off him, we'd be holding it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I've got ADHD, so after about 10 seconds, I'd be like, you know, and then you come back, and then you come back. Whereas if you aim to just hold it for maybe a minute, it's like, oh good, then we move. We just hold it for like 10 in and out breaths. That's doable. That's doable. And then what you do is you lengthen the time, and then you can really sit in that posture. It's a bit like my new cello teacher got me playing a very, very, very long note, very slow. And then we did faster stuff, and you just sit in the posture. But it's quite nice before you do all that to get your body in a nice kind of happy place. And I find the open close exercise really good for that. So we'll just start here. We're going to do open close, the Evoca Scuba version. So we breathe in, wrists open, fingers follow. Breathe out, wrist close, fingers close. There's interesting noises in this near this hall, isn't there? And you think, I wonder what that is. Were you there when we got the click clock going past, or did that get picked up on Zoom? There's someone at about 11 AM always walks past with a horse. It's very strange. Probably a more sensible mode of transport these days, you know. Won't cost so much in fuel, will it? So breathe in.
I don't know about that.
Cost of
So,
food for animals is probably quite hard.
Oh yeah, you've got the food. I suppose you're feeding them.
yeah. They didn't remember.
Elbows, wrists, fingers open. Elbows, wrists, fingers
No
closed.
swirls.
Excellent. Yeah. Very
The
expensive.
best horse is when you buy them for
I think they reckon it costs about 20,000 a year to keep those.
Really? Gosh, that's more expensive than a child, isn't it? Gosh.
Probably not, actually. Children are these
Then
days.
shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers open. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers closed. So just now tune into your feet. Very only on make that's it. Great. Chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers open. Chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers closed. And then what you do, so this is what I learned from Ever, and you go slightly forwards as you open, slightly back. And then we go up to shoulder height and back. So relax the hands. One more time. And then all the way up to head height and back. That's it. Yeah, good. So it's like, it's got a real kind of nice stretchy feel to it. And you want to soften the muscles. But think of your bones as floating or rising. Think of the bones as sort of rising and holding you up. And then one more time. And then come all the way down to the lower version, but we're going to make it slightly smaller each time. Okay, nice and relaxed. Just let the arms float up. Breathe in, show that from the diagonal view. Breathe out, extend, relax, Stretch the arms, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink, breathe out, extend the fingers, breathe in, breathe out, let go between the shoulder blades, let go down the arm muscles. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, let go. Letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. And we just have a quick look at the health stances, not for too long. So we do chain bow or zhangzhong, it's also called a round shape in the arm. Open the palms of the hands, relax the thumbs, and sink your sitting bones down like you're sitting on a high chair. And we're doing our sleepy tiger eye gaze. So you relax the muscles of the face, relax shoulders, sink the hips and breathe in. With the health stances, you can close your eyes, and that's just fine. And change, tall back. Tall through the head, sink the hips. And change. Those are the 3 basic health postures. Show you that for the people watching at home. So the hands are in front. The hands are in front, and it's like you're resting on a ball that's floating in water. So as you're pushing down on the ball, the power generated from the water is pushing up into your arms. And then pulse the hands. And then we'll do gathering the energy from the earth. That's that one. So this is one I learned from a book. I taught myself it from a book. Okay, and just have a little shake out. So I'll just do a couple of health postures. Yeah, we'll do descending dragon. I think it's called descending dragon, and also tiger. It's called tiger. So descending dragon, I'll show from the side. You put your foot forward, and actually you're on a line, so the foot is turned out. So you're not on like a rectangle, you're actually on the line. You're actually on the line. And quite a narrow, it's narrow. And then the front leg turns out, and then you lean forwards like that, and the back leg's kind of straighter, it's still a little bit bent. And then the hands are like this, but this one's round the back. This one's round the back. And the foot that's in front, it's the opposite hand that's in front. And you're like this. And that's called dragon, or descending dragon. You can even, if you want, you can stand on one leg like that, but that's a bit too much. So you're like this, and this comes around like that. Just turn around so you can see it from various angles. So these are round arms, rounded arms. So this pushes and this pushes back, and you look behind you. It's behind you. Yeah. And then when you want to turn around, you go like this. And then you change side. I'm just going to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you turn around and do 20 that side. So you bend your leg, turn the foot out, curl the arms round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then you come up and have a little shake out. Quite hard work, isn't it?
Mm.
So,
rising coiling dragon.
it's like rising coiling dragon, yeah. It's so in rising coiling dragon, hang on, let me just get this. If I do the basic, yeah, it's that bit actually. It's that bit, and then we don't stay in it very long. So it's that. Oh, we have done it before, but you're doing it as a static exercise.
Yeah.
And the way, when they're just doing the stance, the rising, coiling, the descending dragon it's called then, because you're, and so you've got one hand going that way, one hand going that way, and it's, you can kind of do that and then extend, and then you're trying to look to the back heel.
I think I forgot to come backwards.
Yeah, but I mean, it was difficult enough already, so I won't worry about it too much. And what it does is it does a very nice thing for your lower back. So yeah, so that's, the hands are kind of pushing out like that. So if you come back like this, and you push your hands out like that, it's that kind of move, except it's that way. So we'll just do that, just to feel Tai Chi semaphore. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The jokes don't get any better, do they? Terrible. Great. So that's what's going on. So when and you can do it. You can do it without holding as well. You could do it like I've seen Carell or one of Carell's students kind of go like that and then like that, and they do it as a kind of a sort of thing. And it's quite like, and you can feel, could you feel it doing this muscle here in the lower back? That's your quadratus lumborum muscle. It's like a rectangular, solid muscle that's for, it does that, and it's also used, is one of the, it does lots of useful things for the back. It's good for back stability. So it's quite a nice one to do. The other one, which is another combat stance, is, although how that's a combat stance, I suppose you could do it if you wanted to throw someone. That might be useful. I don't know, but the difference in the combat stance, you can have your eyes open for the combat stances rather than with your eyes shut. The other ones, when we was doing these ones, you can have your eyes closed or your eyes open, and that's all fine. The next one's called tiger, or hold the tiger. Hold the tiger. So you imagine, so you have a big stance. You have a big stance, and then you sink back, but then you lean forward slightly. That's probably a bit too much. And then you imagine you've got a pet tiger here. There's a tiger. So next time you're at the fairgrounds, you know, at the fairground, and then you can win these ginormous tigers. You can then practice. Yeah, we could use a real cat. Brilliant. And you imagine you've got your tiger, your very own tiger, any colour you like, and you put one hand on the tiger's shoulder and one hand on the tiger's side of the hip. So, and then you imagine that the tiger's trying to jump up, so you push the tiger down. So, and then the tiger's trying to go forward, so you're pulling the tiger back. The tiger's going back, so you're pushing the tiger forward. It's trying to go left, so you push it right. It's trying to go right, so you push it left. So you're basically holding, the tiger's being held still. Brilliant. And so your weight's mainly back, but you're slightly forward as well. And you're just holding the tiger, and then you're looking with your sleepy tiger eyes forward. So that should be murdering his back leg. Is your back leg? So you want to do it like this. So watch again, and then you sink forward slightly. So you don't want that sticking out too much. You want it a little bit sticking out, but not too much. That's better, yeah. And then place your hands on the tiger. So you want, imagine it, yeah, it's quite big. Tony the tiger, isn't it? You know, next time you... Okay, then change sides. You do both sides. So you want to take a bit of time to get your feet correct. So you sink back into the back foot, then angle your body and hold your tiger. So I always find this bit a bit tricky because Carell will keep changing that angle as well, which really doesn't help. So you've got your weight mainly back, but with a bend forward. So front hand on the front shoulder, back hand on the side. There we go. Right, so that's leg murdering, yay. Right, the next one is really silly. I don't know why it's a combat stance. It's called Rooster Starts. So you stand on one leg, and then the other leg, you're like this. And you lift it up, and we won't hold it too much because it murders this tendon. If you don't want to do it like that, you can have the leg further down. And apparently you're a rooster. So this is like this, and this is round. Yeah. Little finger down, little finger down. That's it. So open the hand. That's it. So now you want to angle your hand so the little finger's pointing down. Angle the hand. That's it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Right, let's put that down. Oh gosh. We'll do the other side. So just do it in cat stance, but cat stance to a diagonal, and then eventually you lift that leg up. But you don't want to hold it. I wouldn't hold it more than a minute or two max, and then leave it, because it totally.
About a minute. 5 seconds would be good.
5 seconds, yeah, 5 seconds, that's fine. Right, that's Rooster Stance. Right. Now we get to some other ones. Yeah, but roosters, I think when, because there are rooster styles, there was the rooster in Xinyichuan, and they used to teach them to fight, and they're quite, but they look really silly. So it's quite a useful fighting strategy, because you look, oh, it's just a rooster, how's that going to, ow, you know, so it's like, it's a bit deceptive. Whereas things like a tiger or an eagle or a bear, yeah, they're quite tough, but there's, you know, so, they fight with a, yeah, they're quite tough, and so if you go into a cat stance towards the diagonal, and then bring the hands round, so this is called Honey One Juan, and you bring it round, and the fingers point, if I come to the camera, the fingers point towards the middle of the palm, and this is from each one in tent boxing, and that's quite a nice combat stance. So you have, so if your left foot is forward, your left arm is further around. So you put your right arm further round then, because you've got your right hand, that's it, and then your left hand with the watch is on, the fingers are pointing towards the middle of the palm. The fingers are pointing towards, that's it, yeah, you got it. And you want your weight in the back leg. And then we just change, so bring the foot in, bring the foot out, and then like that. So that's another, that's the first, the combat stance is that one. So that's from each one, which I do a little bit of on a Wednesday. Okay, right, that's enough of stance training, very exciting. Where were we? Oh, hang on, that's not, wait a minute.
6 o'clock.
It's 6 now. Yeah.
That says 5, but they forgot to change the time, didn't they?
Yeah, so it's nice.
It is 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock, is it? Oh gosh. Okay, that's completely thrown me. I'm going to have my watch new. Oh good, it's only 5 o'clock. Hang on a minute, we start at 5 o'clock. That's not right. Oh, they've got to change the time. How useful. So what we were looking at, let's do the next bit. Let's do this. As now we've done the rooster stance, we can do that. And we're just, so we're gonna, yeah, there you go. Yeah!
I was practicing it yesterday.
Yeah!
Oh.
Ooh! Go on, Scar. Smart! Yeah! No, it's good to practice. It does really help. It really does help. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. And then we go travel. And then we go 1, 2, 3. And then we go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I'll turn around and we'll okay. Left hand first. So we'll do it 1. Actually, you can cover your fist as well. 2, 3. And then we go 1, 2, punch, double hand push. Now we'll do it the other side. So we're going to go 1, 2, whoops, 3, hidden punch, step, parry and punch, double hand push. And we'll come this end and we'll go for another walk. So this isn't how it happens in the form, but this is a useful exercise. And oh look, we've all been filmed. Has everyone done their hair? So we go. So we go like this. 1, see, this, you know, I am not just talking to an empty room. 2, 3, and then we go forwards. Now step with your right foot, your other right foot. That's it. And you want your fist is the left hand fist. Left hand. That's it. Cover your fist. Now you transfer your weight. Open with your right hand and punch with the left. That's it. Now we go underneath, sink back, double hand push. Right, now we're going to make the fist with the left hand. Bring the left foot into cat stance, and we're going to do 3. We're going to go up, 1. That's it. Keep breathing, very good. 2 and 3. Cover the hand, cover the fist with the right hand, that's it. Now, it's like a surprise. So it comes out and then boof. That's it. So you want a straight wrist because you're punching, and you want your thumb over. That's it, that's better. That's it, good. Then, yeah, thumb over a bit, that's it. Underneath, open the hands, double hand push. Fantastic. And relax. Very good. So what happens, I'll just show you in the form. We've done fan through back, nice and big. We're facing that wall, then we turn, we face the back wall, we turn, then we're facing the diagonal, then we cover, step, punch, double hand push, and then we get to the end. So this is technically the beginner's class, but we've been looking at the end of the form just to practice certain things. So what we're going to do is we're going to be fan through back, left fan through back, facing that way. Or should we go from? Yeah, we'll do that. I will demonstrate what we're doing again. So we step, big step, and we're in left fan through back. Then we sink back, turn. I'll show it, and then I'll show it with numbers. And then, so this is what we're going to do. And then we'll face front. So with the numbers, this is what it looks like. So actually, I'm going to start from here. So just watch, yeah, just watch. And listen to the numbers and watch what's going on. So go 1, 2. So demonstration, observe. 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That is what we're going to do. Fourth one. What? Oh, have you spotted something? Sorted. You've sorted it? Sorted. Yeah. So it's knowing where the weight's going. Where the weight is going, and what I'll do is I'll try and describe it as best I can. So where the weight is. So we'll start here in left cat stance with our hands up. And I will go in right cat stance, so I'm mirroring. So hands in front of the body, and I think Mike, when you saw Mike last week, did he have his hands like that, or did he have one behind? Because sometimes he does one and sometimes he... Who knows? Okay, make something up, look convincing. There we are. So now we lift the left leg, and then you bring it round, and then big step. So, big step. Now you want to be square onto the side wall. Square onto the side wall. So a bit of a wider stance there at the front. So wider that way. And that needs to turn in. Yeah, and you want your weight forward. If you can't put your weight forward that well, it's because this leg needs to come out. You want a big rectangle. You're standing on the corners of a giant rectangle. And this is bent at a diagonal angle. Yeah. And we're breathing. So we're square on. So the arms are shoulder width apart. Okay, now sink the weight into the right foot. Now turn this foot in and then have the hands like that. So if I, oh gosh, so it's like that from the front. Now grab hold of your, hang on, right arm comes around and then in. Oh, actually, I'll do it the right arm. So around and in. So now your knee and arm are towards the diagonal, and they're a fist. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Okay, we're going to just go to there. So if you have a look, if I just do it mirror, I'm like that. So this hand is palm up. That's still protecting the head. That's it. And this hand is like that. And we're tall. So you want to be upright as well. So it looks a bit like Morris Stance, doesn't it? Anyway, I'll stop. Yeah, it's that daffodil festival. It did something to my brain, you know. Anyway, so I'll just show you again. So big step. Then you're like this. So just watch. Then I come back, and then I go to this corner. And this is like a coiled spring, because then I'm going to end up that side. So that's all about. It is Morris dancing, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sure I saw the Morris dancers do that like with the hankies and the jiggly joggly bells and the beards. Well, there was this guy with this ginormous beard, and I thought he must be one of the Morris dancers, and I was right. Because then I saw him later, and he had this massive beard billowing. It was pretty bad. So anyway, really unattractive. You see, Bhangra dancing's brilliant. Kathak dancing's amazing. And then you've got your Latin dancing and your capoeira, and we've got Morris, for goodness sake. Anyway, so it's not fair. You know, people visiting the country, they go, oh, I'll show you something cultural, and they're like, what? What is this? This is weird. I want to go home. So anyway, let's try it again. So we go one, big step. So make sure, now when you transfer your weight and turn the right foot so that it points towards the diagonal, so that you'll square onto that opposite wall. To the side. That's it. And sink both hips, and we're nice and solid. Now we sink into the right foot. You might need to adjust it. Turn the left foot in. We're like this. Then we turn a bit more, make a fist with the right hand. Right hand fist. Bring your right hand and left foot in. And we're like that. Right. So that is more towards the leg. Almost just turn it round a bit more, Amy, and then that so that the inside of the fist is pointing towards your leg. Turn the fist in. That's it. No, that's outside. That's inside. That's it. There you go. Now you lift your leg with your hand. Cover. Step with the left foot. The other left foot. That's it. Heel toe. Very good. No, you're doing brilliant. And then punch. That's it. So what you want to do, that's almost right. Yeah, okay, stop a second, right, look at the last bit. Look at what happens in the last bit. So So I'm just going to start from here, but watch what happens in the last bit. So I'm like this, I'm like this, I'm like this. That's covered. Then I step. This moves something out the way. Move something out the way to make a space so you can whack it. Poof. You see? So if you don't move out the way, so maybe someone's grabbed hold of your wrist and you've gone boom, and it's a short range punch. So because it's short range, this fist is like that.
Like that.
With a bend. It doesn't twist. If it was a long range punch, it'd twist. Or you can do long range punches like that. I used to do that in one of the kung fu's, but actually I much prefer the twist because then you get their face in there. And but this is a short range punch, so you're looking at something like a sort of nasty or a solar plexus or something, you know, that kind of thing. And like that. And the fingers are lined up with the wrist, but at shoulder width apart. So the fist is slightly in front. So you have your fist in front and the fingers behind. But you want that straight. So have a look. So watch. Demonstration, observe. Right. Straight wrist. Straight wrist. Straight wrist. Punch. That is bent. That is straight. So make sure you can distinguish between bent and straight. That's it, yeah. So it comes out and like that. So what we'll do, let's do that as a separate thing. So I'm going to put my right foot forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to sink back. We're going to sink forward and point the fingers forward in a straight. So with your left hand, well, that's straight. So you sink back and like you're. That's it, yeah. And we're breathing. It's all very nice. There we go. And that's the thing. So that's what moves it out the way. I mean, if it was me, I'd just rather use my fist all the time because that's a bit stronger. And that, you know, you can damage, you know. But just for the sake of the form, it's straight. Right. And then what we do is we're gonna do this separate. So we're gonna have the fist, palm up, thumb over the fingers, and then we little turn just to here, and then back. 2. Actually, I'll turn around. 3. So you've got the weight shift. Weight shifts. 4, 5. Right. Then for fun, demonstration. I'll show that from the diagonal. You cover, parry, punch. So you want this kind of lively. You want this sort of lively, and that's still doing something. So straight wrist, both wrists straight. 1, 2, 3, marvellous. 4 and 5. So the punch, if you just do this actually. So actually we'll do this first. So we got the waist turn. Got the waist turn. And then we're going to do some punchercise. Yay! And I like punching, it makes me very happy. Very happy. I just love it.
You just need one of those things from the ceiling.
So basically, the only way ever gets me to practice anything in Tai Chi, she'll get me an exercise to do, something like, I don't know, even like Phoenix looks down, or Phoenix turns its head, or white ape offers fruit, and you know, and the only way she got me to practice was like, this is an excellent exercise to develop your punching, and I go, oh good, okay, yeah, let's do it. And it just works brilliant. So you know, so there you are.
You know what's like it for Christmas.
Yeah. So we just like this.
It's your cake.
Yeah, they would pinch my cake. So you can just do this. Boom, boom. So actually what you want to do is, as you go, you want to go back as well. So imagine you're elbowing someone and punching them at the same time. So actually stay in the middle, and we're just going to do this. Just nice and relaxed. Just getting that turn, 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 turn. That's as disco dancing. Yeah.
We should get all the disco dancing.
Get the twisting.
Like the twist, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna, we'll do this one. So, that exercise. So you want to go into your left, is that your right leg?
Yeah.
Excellent, well done. Yeah. Because we're mirroring, or not, but it's like that. And now you go like this.
Wow.
Just that. It'll be a bit exaggerated now, but it's 5, 6, 7, and then you can neaten it up in a bit. 8, 9, and 10, and then swapsies. Otherwise, you don't want to leave the. So we're going to go. We'll do this first. So now put your left foot, put your left leg out, and then we're going to do this. We're going to do the violent hokey cokey. The hokey cokey of violence. So, okay, you want your, where's your foot? Where are you directing? You want to, so, you're right there. So you want to be either facing that wall or that side, depending on what you're, okay, good. Okay, so you want to turn the back foot in, and then we're just doing this for now. So back foot, front foot, back foot, front foot. And then we're going to just try it with a ball. So it's because we're swinging the arms, it's going to go out a bit, just to get that movement. Okay, now let's imagine we're doing this properly. So now we'll keep with this side. So sink back, hold it. So this is part 1. Now transfer the weight. We're going to do it super slowly so we can get it. So we parry, short punch. That's it. But you want to keep your parry hand lively, because you've moved something out the way. So you want to keep that moving it out the way. Just show you that from the side. So this hand is slightly behind, this hand is slightly behind, front. And if you should put your hands together, the fingers line up with the crease of the wrist. So let's do that again. Let's do that 3 more times. 1, back, 2, nice, and 3. So out, and then, yeah, that's it. Okay, swap round. So you got this bit. It's that movement, but a little bit neater. It's a bit like I was reading a book to my nieces, and there was about colouring pens, and there was one colouring crayon that got very upset because the boy that was colouring was always getting his lines out of the line. So this is a bit like that. So you start kind of like that, and then you neaten it up and make sure you're within the right lines. There we go. 1. Transfer your weight, turn, parry and punch. That's it. So you want to parry. Just imagine you're moving something out the way. So you want to make sure you parry that and punch. That's like you move it out the way, boof, take that. Yeah, exactly, good. And then once more for fun. Yeah, so it's a very good book actually, I really liked it. So I think it was for 5-year-olds. So anyway, nice and tall. Let's do nice things now. So we'll let that cook for a bit, and we'll put them together. So just shake out. I'll just show you how that looks put together. So this is sort of the latter end of the form, but at real snail pace. And that's a real, so just to show you how this all works together. So just watch. Just watch. So we like this, and then big steps. So you want to sink down, heel, toe, then you transfer the weight. You sink back, turn. My feet do adjust. Sink the hips. Diagonal, sidewalk. Parry and punch, then double hand push. And then embrace the tiger and return to the mountain. So we're just working on that last little corner of the form, getting it just so, and then we'll be just gradually working our way backwards. And then we'll start from the beginning and work our way forwards, and then hopefully it'll be really good. And then we've got, remember, no class Thursday or Friday, because I'm asking a plastic thing if it can hear me. And
Is that next week?
this is this week.
This week.
No class Thursday or Friday this week. There will be a class Thursday next week. There won't be no class on Friday next week because I've got my exam on first aid exam.
Wednesday, okay?
Wednesday's fine. So everyone just comes to the Zoom on Wednesday. You know, it's just
And next Monday, no.
next Monday's fine. It's just when it's the Easter Monday, there won't be no Easter Monday, and there won't be no Bank Holiday Monday, and then there will be hopefully a 5 till 6:30 on Monday the 9th, if I can get Wi-Fi, or I'll do it on my phone and cellular. It's fine. I'll do that.
I won't be here.
Yeah, but it'll be on. Come and. Well, I'll send me the email. And it's the same Zoom every week, so that should be quite fun. And I'll just have to find somewhere in Birmingham and hope I don't get decked or whatever. So yeah, let's go back to this one. Let's do something completely different. So what you're going to do now is just transfer your weight from side to side. Just transfer your weight. And then slow down. Transfer your weight. And then we'll do Tree Chi Gong, which is another one of Emma's, and she says I've got to practice. So you basically move your arms however you fancy moving them. But the only thing is that the weight is going from side to side, so you can do kind of matrix style moves. You can go all down and like freestyle it, yeah. Or you can just explore. You can have a high tree. Do whatever you can have one high, one low. Mediums, no, just make up something. So Corella never did this. I think it was Taiwan, and they just came across. They were just wandering around, and there were all these people doing this weird stuff. And they asked they had the translator with them. Oh, what's the interpreter? What's this called? Oh, Tree Chi Gong. And then they got them to join in. They just liked it so much they did it every day. They'd go and join these people, and their push hands apparently was excellent. So. Because they basically did this and push hands all day, and they were really difficult because they were so good at moving and knowing where their weight was going. They were very, very difficult to push over. Wow. It just looks a bit odd, but it's fun. Just look normal, and then everyone else will wonder why they're not doing it. Just look natural. No one, So, okay, that's enough of that. So that's Tree Chi Gong. Let's do sun and moon and then triple heater. Sun and moon and triple heater. So many moons ago, we're looking at least 25 years ago, I was a young, impressionable Aikido student, and I was at a 2-day seminar in Essex somewhere. And it got to lunchtime, I was really hungry, and we only had a very short lunch break. So me and the senior student, I went, oh, we'll get changed. She goes, oh, don't get changed. We just go to the supermarket. I said, what, dressed like this? And she went, yeah, sure. Just look natural, and then they'll all wonder why they don't look like that. And I always remember that. I thought that was brilliant. She was black belt, really, really good. And we just wandered around Tesco's in Japanese It's just like, no one said a thing. It's amazing what people don't notice. She goes, look natural, look like just relax. I was relaxing, we were just walking around in our traditional Aikido clothes. So yeah, just look natural. It's like, oh, they know what they're doing. Okay, they're obviously there for some reason. It's all good. It's amazing. Well, I mean, Mill Road's a bit of a. It's quite easy to get away from a lot of Mill Road, but
It's quite eclectic.
it's quite eclectic's the way. Okay, and then triple heater, which is another one of my favourite exercises that I learned from Evika Scuba. She's great. And then you go up on your tippy toes and then down. Good. She says tippy toes. Well, tippy toe. So my horrible o'clock in the morning class, I might do an even more horribler o'clock. One more time. I'm sort of playing with time. There we go. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountains. I feel like we've achieved something today. I think it was good. Just getting things a little bit clearer. It can pay off just to do one thing over and over again until your brain melts.
Sometimes it goes in.
Sometimes it goes in, you know, just enjoy it when it does go in. And when it doesn't go in, well, we all know what to do, don't we? We relax. Oh, look, I'm rubbish today. What a relief. And then that's it, and then it doesn't matter. It's all... Yeah, the idea is to get so relaxed, it's everything's fine, whatever happens, it's all cool. So, you know. Very useful when one of my housemates decided to cause the sink to kind of spontaneously combust, and there was water being sprayed everywhere. And then someone obviously had done some Tai Chi homework because they very calmly switched off the water. And then the water stopped splurging everywhere. You just need to calm down. Very good. And then lower back. Just relax. Whatever it is, just relax. Just relax. Yeah. And breathe in. Breathe out. Oh, lovely. You know. Especially like if you ever do train with Carell and you find your brain starting to leak out of your ears, just relax. It's like, yeah. Or Mike says something that's really profound. Just relax. It's fine. It's all cool. One more time. Brilliant. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and bow. Woohoo! Well done, us. That was great. Marvellous. Well done. I will stop the video now. Stop the video.